The brilliant mind of Javokhir Sindarov, the winner of FIDE Candidates 2026. We know that he crushed the event with 10 out of 14, but it all started with this game, with the first round, Javokhir with the white pieces against Andrey Esipenko. Javokhir himself said that he was lucky in that game. And now we are going to analyze that game, reacting to the press conference after the game, and we are going to listen to Javokhir himself, his analysis, his brilliant calculation and his insights toward the game, how he calculates and what's going on in his mind. So let's go and listen.
Javokhir, your first game ever in the candidates in your career, how do you feel?
His first game ever in the candidates, so it was his first game ever he won, and it was his first tournament and he won the first candidate that he played. Everybody was talking about experience, but Javokhir just won it for the first time.
I think I'm just outplayed this game, and I don't know.
It says that I think that I just got outplayed in this game, and I don't know. So Javokhir had a very, very difficult position in this game, and he felt that he got outplayed by Esipenko.
I feel very big stress during the game. First I was thinking I have very good position, then I realized my position is very bad.
So he was sad because first he said that he thought that his position is very good, then he realized that his position is very bad. So this happens, and especially the first round, you have the white pieces you're supposed to push, and then you got a very bad position out of the opening. So it's why he was sad.
Then somehow I'm trying to equalize my position, but I think Andrey just pushing me very high.
So when he realized that, he tried to equalize the position, just run away with this game, but Andrey was pushing so hard. So Andrey was also playing very good. And let me tell you something. Javokhir finished this tournament with +6, starting with this win, and Andrey finished last with -5. So first games have big impressions, like for self-confidence and everything. So this game played a huge role in the event. If Javokhir lost this game, who knows what would have happened, and maybe Andrey could have had a very great tournament, but it didn't went that way. But it's not all about luck. Let me tell you something. It's not all about luck.
And when I get my chances to attack, I think I played very well. And also I'm very lucky this day.
So when he got his chances, he played very well, and he was very lucky today. That's very important. When he got his chances, he played a brilliant attack. We are going to see it. And don't worry, we are going to analyze the game from the first move. Just we are now listening, and then we start the analysis.
Andrey, also your first game ever in a candidates, you had such a good position out of the opening.
Andrey's first candidate also, and they are also, I think they are friends, they are very good to each other, and Andrey was also saying that he's very happy that Javokhir won this event in another interview. He's a very nice guy, very kind guy, and he got a very good position out of the opening with the black pieces, which is a dream case scenario.
How did you feel about the game overall?
Yeah, I felt that I got a great position.
Indeed, yes, he felt that he got a very great position, and
But then I think my mistake was bishop takes f3.
exactly in this position that I set up. This is the critical position of the game, and in this position Andrey took on f3, and this changed everything. This might even change the candidates. This might change the whole history of chess, because this move played a very huge role. Andrey has a very great dominance in this position, but in the critical position he made a mistake.
I just completely missed that.
Here.
Yeah, here. Instead of bishop f3, basically I could do anything probably, but I didn't like that.
It says that I could have done anything. An engine also says you can go bishop b6, you can go rook a8. But let's start from the beginning of the game. Let's see what happened in this game. Sindarov started with d4, so we have the queen's gambit. So Sindarov started with the queen's gambit. Main lines of queen gambit. In this game, black allowed bishop g5. Usually Hikaru was playing h6, not allowing it. But in this game, black allowed it. But Sindarov nevertheless put the bishop on f4. And then he played this position with both white and with the black pieces. So against Anishkiri, he played a similar position with the black pieces. Remember, he played for c5. So he knows the position with both colors. It's very important. e3, c5. So he played this line, bishop to d3, knight c6, and castle. In the game with Anishgiri, the knight was on e2, and here the knight is on f3. I'm talking about the game round 13, and in that game, Anish knight was on e2, which Javokhir went bishop g4. But in this game, he played c4. So that's a different scenario. And after bishop c2, in this game, Sindarov has the white pieces actually. I was just for once. So he's playing this for the both colors. So for 1 second, I was just thinking that Javokhir has the black pieces, but no, my bad. Knight h5, bishop b5, f6. So they played this position, and you see that Javokhir is not playing so fast in this game. So maybe in this game his openings were not so good. He has 1:42 on the clock. f5, now bishop coming back to e5. So this idea by knight h5, f6, knight h5, f5 was very nice by Esipenko. Then he went back to e5, bishop to e6. We have b3. You can see that Javokhir now is low on the clock, like not so much, but at least Esipenko has some lead on the clock. Knight to e2, b5. So this is the position that they arrived. And knight to f4, knight takes f4, e takes f4. We will come back to these positions also, but Sindarov has a very good bishop on here. Maybe here he thought that his position is better. Rook to e1, queen to d7, and rook to e3. Like trying to use this line because it's the open line. But rook to e8, and now h4. At some points, Sindarov is mentioning that maybe knight g5 in this position. And he also mentions that he didn't know what to do in this position. We will reach that point. And this is what happens. Black is transferring the bishop to h5. And we have this position. This is the critical position. So Andrey is saying that I could have played everything basically here, like bishop to b6, putting the pressure here. Engine sometimes suggests rook a8. As you can see, it's minus 0.7. So it's like minus 0.8 even. So good, very good position for black.
Now he has queen b2.
Okay, so this queen b2 is...
Yeah, because after bc
So he says that what I didn't like and why I took on f3, because he now has queen b2. So for example, after here, he can play queen to b2 and...
Always wanted to take with d pawn. No, not here. Yes, in general, I mean,
Okay.
queen b2.
Okay.
So here he's talking about here in general in this position what he doesn't like about this position.
Takes
here.
bc. In general, I wanted to take dc.
So he says if he takes on c4, I want to take with the pawn to have this d5 square. But now when the queen comes to b2, he wants to take, and I have to take with the b pawn because the b5 pawn is hanging. Then white has some bishop a4 ideas.
But here, maybe I need to
Like, look.
take bc somewhere, and he has some bishop a4, which I don't like.
So that's what he didn't like. That's why he took on f3. This is some reasons that he thought that, okay, if the queen reaches b2, if the queen reaches this square to b2, then white has this b takes c4, and I might don't like these positions.
That's why I played bishop f3.
That's why he played bishop takes f3.
And I thought I'm just winning.
And he thought that he's winning. But let me tell you something. The best move in this position maybe is bishop b6, putting the pressure here. And if now queen b2, now going for b4. And now that's a very nice idea. If you take on c4, he will take back. And bishop a4, you can always respond with queen d5 and putting a lot of pressure here. And other moves, also some c3 in some positions. So c3 is coming. And this is very good for blacks. This is probably the best way to deal with this position. But Andrey decided that bishop takes f3. Probably he's winning because... Wait for Javokhir's thoughts, because they are coming, and especially at the end of the game, he calculated amazing stuffs.
The move here is what he played, queen 3, bishop b6. Maybe instead of bishop b6, I could do something else, but I didn't see.
So he said that, okay, he should play queen takes f3, and then I will play bishop b6, and I will win this pawn, and it's a very good position. And he's saying that bishop b6 because engine doesn't like also. He says maybe I could have done something else, which engine suggests bishop to d2, and after rook e2, putting the pawn on c3, and it holds somehow. The position is 0-0, but bishop b6 is another mistake.
After queen s3, I realized that he has rook a6 after.
So he missed rook a6, but when queen f3 happened on the board, he realized that Javokhir has rook to a6 in this position, and it's not that easy that he thought.
What I played, yeah, rook a6, and here I couldn't find a way to play also.
So this happens in calculations. So he traded that bishop. That's very, very important. Normally you don't trade this for that because this bishop has a lot of dominance on the position. So he said, okay, I have a forced line to win. I will take here and I will put the bishop on b6 and d4 is for mine. And he missed rook a6. And then when he realized that there is rook a6, he didn't know what to play here.
I didn't have time already to calculate. I mean, at first.
So 6 minutes. They didn't also have so much time, so they spent a lot of time. And it's one of the games that Javokhir reached such a time, like it's not normal for him.
I had time, but then suddenly I didn't. Yeah, and here I don't know what could I do actually.
And he says here, I don't know. Even if I had time, I don't know if it's good, and it's not very good. Now it's white. It changed almost more than 1 pawn. The advantage changed a lot. So white is much better.
It just seems already quite dangerous. So yeah, I'm not sure about this position, but instead of bishop s3,
just any move.
Yeah.
So he's saying, I'm not sure about this position. Maybe there is nothing that black can do. We are going to analyze it afterwards. And he says, okay, maybe bishop f3. No. This is the end, and this is rook e6. We will reach here. But let's just see the game once again very quickly to reach that position. This happened, and we are here. So this is how history made. And a4, take, bishop d1, and bishop takes f3. So instead of bishop takes f3, anything else.
So you also feel bishop takes f2 is a critical move?
Yeah, okay. I was thinking like it's my only chance to get some space for my pieces if he takes on f3, because otherwise.
So he's saying that Javokhir is saying that he thought that bishop takes f3 is his only chance. If Esipenko, so perhaps he also realized that this threat exists. So after bishop f3, why black can put a lot of pressure here. And what Javokhir is saying that it's my only chance. So if he takes third, then I have some space for my pieces, because
Look at his bishops here, one on a5 and one on h5, just completely very geometric. Yeah.
Dominating the positions. These two bishops are dominating the positions. So this is a sin to take on f3, to be honest, in this position. So there is no space. White cannot breathe in this position.
I don't know. After he takes, I mean, when I played bishop d1, I said, okay, if he takes bishop f3, I will immediately lose, or I have good chances to get something. I mean,
so very important, when he played bishop to d1 in the last move in this position, he thought that, okay, bishop takes f3 is very dangerous. Either I will lose the game on the spot, or I will have some chances. So this is probably tricking also somehow Esipenko, like he's trying to get him some chances for himself.
I don't think about winning, I mean, to get something, but then I saw like if you go to this line, queen f3, bishop e6, I have really good counter-attack, like with rook a6.
So he's saying that I was not thinking about winning, but I have some chances, and he's also mentioning the line that happened in the game with rook a6.
And black is already very tricky situation. How to
It's
play.
overloaded.
You
can't defend.
You cannot defend bishop on b6 if you.
So the position is very tricky. Black pieces are overloaded, and
You took on d4 with bishop.
so if he takes on d4 with bishop, just listen.
I have rook c6.
Okay.
And if you play bishop e.
Removing the defender of the bishop. So now if you take, I will take here. This is easy. But if he takes on e5, what's the move here? Can you find it? Amazing.
e5, then I have rook c5, and I'm changing queens, and I think I'm already better.
At least he saw this from before, so maybe he has other moves. But rook c5, he for sure changed the queens, and he has a better position.
Actually, it's not easy to find something, but maybe during the game he played well, like knight d4.
So let's go back. So he's saying that maybe so bishop d4 doesn't work. So maybe black done something good. Knight d4 is the only chance.
First here I was thinking like I have minimum to take one bishop d4, bishop d4, rook a8, bishop c2, which is
So he's saying, at first I thought that I will take here, and after take back, I will at least take here, and I have some bishop c2. Very good play on the light squares.
Also should be not so bad.
This one?
Yeah, because his king is not safe, and the bishop c2 just. And I was thinking like it can be also not so bad.
So his first impression was that this position cannot be bad because his king is weak. I have so many counterplays.
But okay, anyway, he has one more pawn, and
yes,
like it's very tricky position for me. And
so it's a very tricky position. White for sure has some chances, much better than the previous position that white had, but black is a pawn up, so it's a tricky position.
And then I realized I can play like immediately queen h5, and I have a small tactic if you play queen d7.
So let's go back. So he realized after that, after knight d4, he can quickly play queen h5. He just realized it after it happened, so they don't calculate everything like Sindarov. Yeah, for him was like, okay, at least I have bishop d4, it's good. But then he realized that queen h5 is much stronger because this bishop is hanging and this knight is hanging. And now let's listen to his calculations.
I can play rook b6, queen b6, bishop d4.
So if queen b7 happens, I can take here, and after takes back, I will take on d4, attacking the queen. And if you take here, there is rook takes e8. So this is what he saw. Not very difficult, I will say, but still very interesting.
So, yeah.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful.
And so because of this non-queen b7,
Let me... okay, so I can make this. So not queen b7.
move now black is on the
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, I mean, he need to take rook e5 maybe.
So now the position is very difficult because you cannot move this. The problem, even bishop a7, he will also take. So no difference. And after queen a7, there is also bishop d4. So what will you do? And in this position, so the only chance is to take on e5. The only move that Esipenko also played.
Then he need to play bishop c7, yeah, which we talked after the game. Probably it should be best move to play bishop c7.
So they realized in the game here in this position, so this is what happened in the game, and here because this knight is hanging, this bishop is hanging, it's very hard for black to continue. So the only chance is to take on e5 to not lose a piece. And after this, after rook e5, after the game, they come to understanding that the bishop c7 was without engine. They didn't analyze it with engine, but bishop c7 is the best move.
We talked after the game. Probably it should be best move to play bishop c7. But okay, it's already very hard to play in time pressure.
Yes.
Because it's a time pressure, time scramble also, so it's very hard to play. We will come back to this position later, but the main reason here is after the rook moves, black can play bishop d8, bishop coming to f6. This is the main idea, and the d5 pawn is no longer hanging. And when the bishop reaches f6, black has some chances because he has good pawns on the queen side. So this was the only way for Esipenko to continue.
Andrey, this was the only move to survive in this position, so very nice resource.
Yeah, but then after rook e5,
So he's saying it's a very nice resource, but Andrei says, but okay, after rook e5,
yes, what I missed also was queen b7, queen g6.
Yeah.
Queen
b7, and queen g6.
so what Andrei missed in this position, he thought that he has queen b7, very important move also. Let's see why. Because now white has queen g6, he missed queen g6. That's very important. So he also calculated very well. Look, there are 2,700 players, and let's what he calculated.
It's very difficult because if you
Yes.
play queen g6,
And just
then I
this.
just play king h7, I think. and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
g6, yeah.
Yeah,
So what, like rook move here and then king h7?
Very nice line, very nice line. So he's saying if queen b7, if he doesn't play queen g6, if he moves the rook, I have king to h7, trapping the queen on h5. And they both saw this, g6 is coming. And the only way that engine is saying white is still alive is bishop f3, g6, I guess bishop takes d5, something like this. White is still alive, but it's very hard to find over the board. But this was Andreas, so he's a very great calculator also, but he missed in this position rook g6.
And taking up the g6 square.
Yeah. g6 next move, and I'm moving.
Yes.
I think, yeah. But
Okay,
I
so
just
this was-
missed,
in one move.
G6 and
But they missed queen. Andrea missed queen g6, and the reason is
I'm not sure
Point.
if I take rook e7.
Rook e7, knight e6,
Six,
take queen e6 is
Yeah. Seems here.
yeah, queen e5. Then
so. Look how far they calculate. So queen g6, sacrificing the rook. Let's just go back. Queen g6, sacrificing the rook. When you take, there is rook e7 possible for this checkmate. Only defense is knight d6. Take here. And now white still is good, but there is some lines that we can show, like queen e5. And after that,
E5.
rook g8, rook d6. I saw.
this is what Javokhir saw.
Take, and then again go back and then.
And this is great. So rook takes h6 is coming, and if king h7, take, we are coming back, and then the bishop is coming, and it's game over.
The bishop loss.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow.
Great line, indeed,
Wow,
great
beautiful
line.
And
So that's what happened. So that didn't happen, of course. In this position, so Andrea didn't went for queen b7, and he played queen to c6 in the game to prevent that queen g6 from happening.
so queen c6 to defend g6.
Yeah, but I have a tricky move bishop a4, yeah, which looks stupid, but I want to play rook e8 and or queen g6 and
So he has a tricky move, bishop a4, that happened in the game. So he took on c4. If d4, white goes bishop f3. If you trade the queens in this position, you are going to lose, because either this or this will be lost, and white will win this endgame, so you cannot trade queens. So you should take back, and this is the tricky and stupid move at first, because it controls this e8 square, and white is going for the black king in this position after bishop a4.
Always
I
overloading the queen.
have no idea how to defend this. First, I want to play bishop f3, but then I saw like after knight f2, queen f3, rook d8, like.
So you can see once again, at first Javokhir wanted to play another move, bishop f3, but he changed his mind that he has a stronger move. So there is a famous quote, if you see a good move, look for a stronger one. So he's doing so. So when he saw bishop f3, it's good. So like after knight f3, queen f3, white is better, rook d8, and let's hear from him.
I mean, it should be white winning, but I need to realize my advantage here also. So I was.
So for sure, white is much better. It's +1, but he needs to realize the advantage. So his evaluation is also good. It's not completely winning. So he needs to win this position again. So why to play bishop f3? So this is why he rejected it.
Thinking like bishop a4 should be immediately winning, but maybe I'm not sure.
No, this was a fantastic.
So then he realized that bishop a4 is probably completely winning, and he's not completely sure because he didn't also check that with the engine.
Move. And after queen c5, now you get your queen on
Yeah,
g6.
now I'm getting my queen on g6, and then my two rooks is playing, and
So now his queen is reached g6, the bishop is controlled here, and the rooks are controlling everywhere.
e8 is. I mean, can play rook e8. Okay, we have already 50 seconds here, yeah, or so.
Yeah.
So they were so low on the clock, and they are in time trouble. So in this position, because queen g6 is also attacking the bishop, so Andrei moved the bishop to a7, and then rook e8 happened, and now black king is also in danger. Also white king is in danger, but black has no time. Now white is coming to take.
50 seconds.
Yeah, and then
50
I saw you
seconds.
were playing moves instantly. Was that a technique to get him more stressed on his clock?
No, I mean.
So what Javokhir done in this game is that he was playing lots of moves in a sequence, like not thinking so much. So he's asking, is it a technique to put pressure on the opponent? Maybe it is, but he says no. So he's playing very fast in the time trouble also.
No, when I played in Tata Steel chess this year, also like I have a lot of games in time travel, and I played like last 5-6 moves like without
the move.
So we know that Javokhir also became second in Tata Steel with 8.5. Nudirbek won that event with 9-2 from Uzbekistan. And then in that event, he's saying that he has lots of games in time trouble, and he was doing the same strategy. So maybe it's a strategy that he's using. Maybe Vidunyak is teaching him this strategy to use, because we know that his effect was so much on Javokhir. So it's some kind of a strategy that he uses.
Okay, and then
And the game continued like this. Rook takes e8, queen takes e8, king h7, queen came back to g6. 6 check, I guess. King to g8, and then bishop lands on d7. So we need to be careful. The game is not over. If black managed to move this knight and there are some tricks on f2, then it can be difficult.
The game ended shortly thereafter after.
But maybe
Yeah, king h8. Yeah.
So here he just tried his only chance with pawn to c3, and then what happened is another check. Here another check. Okay, let's see.
So here?
No, king h8. No, rook c6. I have.
So okay. Esipenko is saying maybe king h8 here, and Javokhir is showing that rook c6 he will win.
No, but wait, you know you have c2 here.
Because if he takes here, we have queen to e8 check, and f5 pawn is hanging now with check. This is the idea, and then we have check, and we have checkmate. So rook c6 you cannot take. So this is what Sindarov saw, another great move, rook to c6 winning this game. And then here, look what he says.
Not sure.
c2. Yes.
But it should be. No, you can check and queen e3.
And then Esipenko says it's winning because of take, queen e8 check. f5 is covered, we cannot take it, but queen e3 wins because
Queen e3
Yeah.
minus 3.
Like knight b. Okay,
knight b3, bishop f5 wins. If you go here, there is check, bishop takes c2,
Yeah.
and white will win.
Takes and then queen e8.
Yeah, queen e8, queen e3.
So
Should be winning.
white is winning, yes, of course.
Making me scared for a while. Okay, so the game.
Let's go back into the game. So after queen g6, he went back to g8.
Now we have this beautiful finish. Rook e6
And this is the finisher of the game.
Yeah.
for the people at home.
So
And this is what he done for after rook e6, he's going to checkmate on e8.
And the point for the people at home.
yeah,
Why
so
can't
if
they
you
take
take with knight, bishop takes e6, and king h8, queen e8, and then mate is coming.
Many kind of mates, like here you can take on f5, g6 here, or you can go for this line, of course, another kind of mate. So rook e6 finishes the game.
And this one.
Yeah.
Another very
Best of
beautiful
luck
game.
for tomorrow. Yep, here.
And here he says, "Go. Maybe the conference is over, but Esipenko has something to say."
Excuse me,
Yes.
what was.
Can we check this computer after bishop f3? If possible.
Of course.
They want to see what engine is saying about after in the critical position of the game. So let's come back to this position, and after here, like in this position, let's come back here.
Yeah. So bishop takes f3. Immediately equal.
So I just don't know.
He has to play rook a8.
How to play it. So yeah.
So he's saying bishop takes f3 was not good and rook a8 is better. We see that also bishop b6 exists, and this will make white's game much easier.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Rook a8. I'm
Of course,
keeping the tension.
Okay, after
But-
bishop d1.
Then rook e6 is
Yeah.
really tricky.
Yes. Here, yes. Only move yes to fine.
But then
Let's go forward. Bishop b6 happened, another mistake, and here not take on c4, knight take on c4. He just went rook a6 and then knight a4 here, and now rook e5. Let's hear from them.
Yeah, bishop c7.
Rook e5, bishop c7,
Rook is 3, let's say.
rook e3, bishop d8.
Oh.
It's very hard in this one.
It's coming to
What's my point?
f6.
Can I play immediately? Or
Bishop d8? I think you cannot because I have bishop f3. Yeah.
So this is the best way. Maybe black is still holding, and Andrei was asking that can I play bishop d8 immediately? He says because bishop f3 exists, d5 is hanging. So if you now take, you cannot chase this because d5 is hanging. So this is what he saw. Very nice analysis again. So he should have played bishop c7, then bishop to d8 coming to here.
so wait. Yeah.
This
So
is
this-
the only
yeah,
way to
sure.
continue.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And then this is falling here.
Yeah.
as well. Okay. And then further on, so
Wait,
this is
how it's equal? Can you check after h4?
Yeah.
And now Sindarov is curious to see how it's equal the position. Like let's see it from the beginning once again. We have the queen's gambit. This is what happened.
Okay, I just don't understand how to play.
wait, where?
I mean, in the opening.
In the opening,
Before I get a bad position. C2, C4, bishop C2, knight H5. Yeah. Okay, knight G5.
okay.
So knight E2, B5. Okay, how is...
So he wants to know how he should play this position, how it's equal. So this is also being played. Because engine says it's equal, he wants to know how it's equal.
How to play is white. And then g5. Okay.
So this is where it lands, and in this position, some engine are suggesting knight g5, and Sindarov says maybe knight g5, maybe my h4 was not good.
I need to play knight g5. Actually, h4 is very bad move.
He says h4 was a very bad move. Maybe I need to play knight g5 and play for equality. Maybe this is the way. Maybe some exchanges and then going for the equality.
Okay, then I just don't understand how to play it.
And he says after that, I just don't understand how to play. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't have... You can see that white is just waiting in this position. He doesn't have any plans to do. And there is what everything...
I don't see any idea for my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, best of...
And that's it. So this is how it happened. And this was the critical position of the game that... As in the first game of the Candidates 2026, that Esipenko made a huge mistake here to take on f3, and he changed the whole fate of the event. After queen takes f3, once again maybe bishop d2, he should have done that, but after rook a6 is already a very, very difficult position. They went into this position. Esipenko found the only move, but here he didn't find this bishop c7, bishop d8 coming back into the game. He tried queen c6, but after that this bishop a4, and then this marvelous attack by Sindarov, and finally this rook e6 just finished the game. An amazing game, which after that lead to 10 out of 14 in the candidates, and now we have Javokhir as the challenger for the World Championship match. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to know who is going to win the World Championship match, you can go and watch this video.